Replacing the rear main seal. It's something that's been on my agenda since purchasing the vehicle back in December of 2020. It had been leaking for quite some time from the previous owner, and he theorized that it was coming from the rear main seal, so that was something I needed to tackle right away. Some tools you're going to need are pretty much everything, and, well, the rest is up to you. But it certainly helps to have a helping hand and some power tools. Of course, the first thing we're going to want to do is get rid of that battery. In this case, it's a bit corroded, so I thought I'd clean it, but I'll definitely replace it at a later date. I just need it to tide me over. Starting inside the car, I need to unbolt the shifters, both for the four-wheel drive and for the transmission. It's just going to make it a heck of a lot easier when I unbolt the transmission and drop it, and they're just going to be out of the way then.
Interesting.
Now that the shifters are out of the way, I can start by draining the oil from the transfer case and the transmission. I'll start first by draining the transfer case, and then I'll drain the transmission fluid.
Nasty.
Judging by the color and consistency, it's safe to say that this oil's pretty old, so it's a really good thing that I'm replacing it now, and with an unknown service history, it's something I was going to have to do anyway. Now here's something that's really concerning that I found on the bung for the transfer case. It's some shards of metal, probably parts of the gear teeth. I really don't know, but needless to say, at least my four-wheel drive does engage. It makes some noise, but it works, so I'm just gonna ignore that for now. It's always a good idea to use a paint pen and mark your drive shaft, so that way when I put it back in later, I put it back in the exact orientation that I took it out.
I don't know if you'll get through that hole or not.
Well, that's all you need, right?
But it just needs to be out of the way.
Now this is where an impact gun really comes in handy, when removing the transmission crossmember. Those bolts are tight. And with nothing left to hold the transmission up, of course I had to run to Harbor Freight real quick and get myself a transmission jack because I didn't have one. And with that, on to the arduous and tedious task of removing the bell housing bolts. This took forever.
Chase high fastballs and low breaking balls time after time, and that really held him back, Ron.
The breaking ball, I'm only eating a hot dog right now.
I can't even tell you're eating.
The breaking ball got him.
Here it's a 6-6 tie in the fourth. Johnson 0 for 1.
Degreasing time!
I figured it's not often I'm going to have this transmission out of the car, so why not clean it? And as you can tell by the condition of this bell housing, the oil coming from that rear main seal was flinging everywhere. Beautiful! Enough fun. Let's get to that seal. Now, as with any manual transmission vehicle, the procedure here on out is going to be fairly straightforward. We're going to start by taking the pressure plate off, then the clutch, and then the flywheel. And then we'll get to that juicy seal.
Here it comes. Okay, that's the clutch. There you go.
And there it is, the source of all my problems. You can really tell how worn it is by the way it just sort of falls out of place. Those things need to be a lot tighter in there. I mean, look at all that oil coming out. It's always a good idea to lube up the new one with some of the used oil just to make sure it slides in nice and doesn't damage. Now, getting this new one in was a bit of a challenge. It's a much tighter fit than the old one, which is a good thing. What I ended up actually doing was taking the old one, using it as a template, and using the rubber mallet to bang it in place. This way I wasn't hitting directly onto the new one, and ensuring the pressure is applied evenly throughout so it sits nice and flush in its housing. It's at this point I realized the job was only half done. I still have to put everything back together, and my garage is a mess. Cue the montage. Now that everything's put back together, it's the moment of truth. Is my car gonna stop leaking oil everywhere? And more importantly, is it even gonna go into gear? Ignore that rattling sound. That's something I fix at a later date. So far, so good. I'm not seeing any oil, and the car is going in reverse just fine. I call that a job done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next mile.